Hey guys, Meteorologist Chris Tomer here with this afternoon mountain weather update. Let's go to the Sierra where the big flakes are coming down. Heavy snow. This is Kirkwood. And it will snow like this till probably 9, 10 o'clock tonight, and then it will shut off after that. But several inches of accumulation up there at Kirkwood. All right, let me take you up to Jackson Hole. You picked up some new snow overnight. Now we're waiting. So what's next? Well, storm number one. It's the pattern changing low. It's on its way. It's spinning out of the Pacific Northwest, and it will snow in the Tetons and in the Wasatch tonight into tomorrow. In the Tetons tonight into tomorrow morning, I'm expecting probably 4 to 6 inches of accumulation. Heavier down in the Wasatch tonight into tomorrow, probably 6 to 10 inches on the way. In fact, there's Alta. We're waiting. Again, storm number one, the pattern changer comes in tonight into tomorrow. All right, let me take you into my latest bullet points here. Here's what I'm seeing this afternoon. So pattern changing storm number one finally coming in here this afternoon, tonight, into tomorrow for a lot of the Intermountain West. It's all part of a three-storm cycle. That hasn't changed, 160, 115 with feet of accumulation. And the numbers have all ticked up. They've all increased from this morning's update, so wait till you see those. Storm number three has been very interesting, the one around 112, 113, 114, 115. It's been bouncing around. The guidance has been bouncing around. Now it's back, trending stronger with jet support and a little bit of Arctic air. So it appears to be bouncing back into the forecast here. And as a result, a lot of my numbers have gone up. California, you've got snow happening now through tonight, and then 19, 110, and then your third storm system, 112 to 113. The Arctic blast, again, a piece of it seems possible around 1, 12, 13, 14, 15. The Northeast, you've got three storm systems. The first one's imminent today, tomorrow. The one on 19, 110 still looks like it's going to go over to a rain-snow mix after some snow with a lot of wind. Third storm system looks like it could pack a heavy snow punch. So we'll look at all that in the forecast. Let me take you back. I want to show you water vapor satellite imagery at this hour. So here is the low up here in the Northeast. So that's happening. Here is our pattern changing low number one. And here is storm number two. And there's a third one behind all this. But essentially what's going to happen is they're all going to rotate in around number one. It's going to set the stage. It's going to open the door, lay the groundwork for all of this. And what they'll do is they'll drag that cold air down from the Gulf of Alaska, Canada, buckle the northern branch, the polar jet, and really set everything up for this. That third storm is the one that's really going to drag down and help to see kind of the whole vortex rotation, the polar vortex rotate a little piece of that down into the lower 48. All right, let me show you what this is going to look like. So that's the current state of affairs, the forecast radar and satellite by this afternoon. You can see it's storm number one coming out of not only California, but the Pacific Northwest. All right, so it hits the Tetons, Wasatch, Colorado overnight into tomorrow, snows during the day tomorrow, and then it makes its move through Colorado, New Mexico, and it departs on early 1/8. Here comes the next storm system. This is storm number two coming out of the Pacific Northwest. Strong storm. It's got cold air. It's got a lot of snow. That's 19 in the afternoon, evening. Here is 110 in the morning. At this point, you've got snow being blown all the way down through the Tetons, the Wasatch, Idaho, Montana, and Colorado. Here's 110 in the afternoon. Here is 111. And there's 111 in the afternoon. Long duration snow event for a lot of places. That's the end of storm number two, but you can look to the Pacific Northwest. Here comes the beginning of storm number three. Storm number three is going to drop down with some Arctic air. So again, a three-storm cycle, and this is a major pattern change. All right, let's talk jet stream so you can see how all this looks. Not much has changed here for 1-7, deep trough with storm number one moving through the interior. Big broad trough with storm number two. This is 110. Look at that. Powerful stuff. Oh, doors wide open for cold air. And here is the most interesting period. So this is 113. With this type of a jet setup, polar and subtropical co-located, you're going to get a pretty powerful flow through California. You're going to be able to lift that air pretty good up over the Sierra and precipitate. That's also going to be a transport mechanism into Utah, Wyoming, and Colorado. Idaho as well, getting brushed by that flow. And so what that's going to do is it's going to set up a heavy snow pattern with favorable orographics, big time, for the Wasatch, the Tetons, and western and southwest Colorado. So it's no wonder all those numbers go up. There's really no choice if you accept that pattern. Here's what the 113 forecast radar looks like. So we ended on 111 with the forecast radar satellite, but here's 113. This is all part of storm number 3. Got that jet support, got the transport coming through. And here's one more for you. This is 115. This is at the very end of the storm cycle with storm number 3 departing Colorado. And that Arctic front is hung up right there across parts of the Front Range in southeast Colorado, snowing hard. All right, let me talk numbers. Here's the new grand total map. So this is the remainder of today through 115. You'll notice most of the numbers have gone up. I just want to say at the onset that the purple, once you get into the purple magenta, you're a foot or more. And that's pretty much all major mountain ranges of the West at this point. It's everything. This is substantial. There's no question. Look at western and southwest Colorado, 2 to 3 feet. A lot of this is predicated on that number 3 storm, because you saw what I was forecasting this morning, assuming that it was uncertain with number 3. Now number 3 is a little more certain potentially with this update, and the numbers all go up. Looking at 50 to 60 inches potentially in Alta and Snowbird. Big Cottonwood Canyon would be, within earshot of that, very close to those numbers. The Tetons looking for 3 feet, maybe more. Central and northern Idaho, northwest Montana, 1, 2, 3 feet of snow. And the numbers for the Pacific Northwest are very impressive. Washington and Oregon, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90 inches potentially, assuming, again, a lot of this is assuming storm number 3 plays out to perfection. And the Sierra numbers have all gone up, largely as a result of number 3. Let me break that down by period. So rest of today through the 8th, 4 to 6 across the Tetons, 6 to 12 through the Wasatch, and western and southwest Colorado gets the most in Colorado. Period number 2. This is 1-9 through 111. This is storm number 2, diving in out of the Pacific Northwest. Big numbers. Again, purple color, foot or more. You can see that's Tetons, Wasatch, Pacific Northwest, parts of Idaho, and Montana. Here's big period number 3. Again, this assumes a lot of things, but 112 to 115, a lot of cold air, good jet support, and we're just looking at a couple of feet. Tetons, Wasatch, Bachelor, 2 or 3 feet down through the Sierra. In Colorado, 1 to 2 feet. This could be a very big period, but it's also the one that's most in question. All right, let's go to the Northeast. These numbers have also increased. Of course, you've got moderate to heavy snow with the storm today, tomorrow. A few inches out of 1-9, 110, but mainly rain, snow mix, and wind. And then the period, the later storm system, number 3, that comes through, probably around 113, somewhere in there. That could be the one that really lays down substantial amounts as well, which could be half of the numbers that you see here. So this is going to be big. All the storm systems that are coming out of the west hold together and affect the Northeast in a positive way, in a snowy way. It's going to be stormy. There's no question these storm systems are going to cause a lot of issues. But as far as skiing goes, there's a lot of snow in the forecast. All right, let's go back to the grand total map. We'll end there like we have been doing the last few days. It's just amazing when you marvel at the potential with this storm cycle. Guys, thanks for tuning in here. Always appreciate it, and take care.